Hey everybody, welcome to GGS Railways. My name is Greg, this is my YouTube channel. Alright, so if you saw the last unboxing we did, you will have seen all of these 52 different Lionel train cars and accessories. And yeah, so we got this unboxed. Now we're going to do a little bit of a cleanup, and then we're going to go over here and we're going to try to put them all on the shelf. Now I don't know how successful we're going to be fitting all those 52 items on the shelf, but we're going to try. We're going to give it a good try. So all right, so the first thing to go on the shelf is going to be the Crayola set. And if you saw the video that I did yesterday, you'll know that I probably already, or you'll probably know that I already cleaned this guy up. And this guy is just super cute. super cute. One of the comments on the video was, "You have two, can I have one?" So all right, so a little note on the Crayola set. So he did not, or the set actually, or the two sets actually did not come with cabooses. I actually had to get those separately, and I ordered two off of eBay. One has already arrived and the other one is on its way. So all right, so one of the ones that you saw running yesterday was not the correct caboose. Actually, we'll talk about that here in a second, because that turned out to be a pretty interesting development. So all right, let's get these guys over here on the shelf and let's see what we could do. We have to really really pack these guys in to make it work, I think, but let's try it. So let's see. So all right, so what do you think? Should we put these guys on the bottom or up here with the American Flyer? So at home I can't put stuff on the bottom shelves. Actually I probably could now, but I couldn't when I first put up the shelves because we had the giant puppies and they tended to like to chew stuff up, and no, my goodness. No, we can't have that. So all right, I'm kind of thinking that maybe the Crayola set can go here on the bottom. It's kind of what I'm thinking, and let's just try that out. Let's see how that goes. And I'm thinking that maybe, just maybe, we got room enough that both of these guys can go right here. And I think that's going to work out pretty much perfectly. Very nice. All right, so then we got the two box cars, and if you, once again, if you saw the video yesterday, you'll know that this is actually a whiteboard, and the kids were encouraged to color and mark on it. And yeah, if you know anything about whiteboards, you'll know that they tend to delaminate and get kind of interesting as they get older, and I suspect that this is no different. I can see where it kind of changes glossiness here, and I rather suspect if you marked on these guys, you probably would never get them clean again. So we're going to refrain from that. As much as I want to, we're going to refrain from that. So all right, let's get these guys on the shelf here. Man, this is going to look colorful if nothing else. So all right, I kind of tend to like to put these towards the front, and that way, if we need to, we can put stuff towards the back. So all right, so one of the comments on one of the last videos was, you know, we need some more decor, some more background in this room, you know, to do the videos. And I'm not at home. I'm not at home. I'm actually at a friend's house, and he is allowing me to do this here. And so yeah, kind of a limited time deal. Eventually we will get back home and we will get back to our normal stuff with plenty of background and plenty of train stuff. But while we're here, we're just kind of making the best of it. Yeah, anyway, so all right, so then we got the gondolas here that we showed yesterday in the Crayola video, and they hold they hold Crayolas, and we showed that yesterday. Go check out that video. I quite enjoyed making that video. It was very zen. It was very zen. So all right, let's get these guys on the shelf. So all right, so far so good. I really like these little wire shelves. They work quite well for these little model trains. So all right, then let's see, I guess that's all the pieces, I believe, to that set, other than the two cabooses. And like I say, we only have one for right now, so I think I'm gonna put that in the back of these guys, and when we get the other one, we'll figure out what we're gonna do with it. So all right, here we go, get the wheels so they go straight. That is the one thing about these wire racks that tends to be a little weird, is that the wheels kind of don't want to go on there sometimes. Oh dear. All right, I am trying, I really am. All right, so I got it on there, yay. Very cool, wow, that was a lot of drama. So all right, so if I didn't say it already, what we're doing is we're going through all this stuff and cleaning it up. The only reason we didn't clean those up is I already cleaned those up yesterday. These are quite dirty. These have been somewhere for quite some time. So all right, so one of the things that we found out was that there's actually several sets up here on the table, and actually we have some kind of cool stuff, some kind of I won't say legendary, I guess that's maybe not the word, but anyway, so this Lionel 8704, and this is a DC locomotive, and I did bring a DC transformer from home, and we'll just show this guy running here in a second, because this will be the second time I've ever seen it run. So all right, so anyway, this came as part of a set. Now this slant back tender may not be the exact part of the set, because several of these other pieces would have come with the same tender, but bear with me. So all right, so there was a set once upon a time that came with the 8704, the slant back tender, let's see, this racing fuel tank car, and now I called this a barrel car when we unboxed it, and boy, some of you guys are probably really rolling your eyes. This is actually a Micro Machines car, and we don't have any of the little cars that I've looked on eBay, can't find any of the cars. They may not exist. Anyway, this is missing just enough pieces that it kind of threw me off. It's supposed to have one of those little canister things here. It's supposed to have a little sign on this side, but anyway, we'll probably figure out how to get the parts for that. And yeah, you know, if it holds true to other things that we've done, we'll pay more for that than we pay for the whole thing, because that's just kind of the way this kind of stuff goes. All right, so anyway, and then last but not least, and if you saw the Crayola video once again yesterday, you'll have noticed that the two cabooses, well, maybe you noticed that they didn't match, and this was the kind of the oddball one. This isn't the world's prettiest caboose, but this is the caboose that would have come with this set. So this is what this set would have looked like. This is once again the Lionel Micro Machine set, and that's very, very cool. Once again, DC locomotive. So all right, let's get this stuff kind of cleaned up so we can put it on the show, but you know, we'll show it running first, because you know, it's what we like to do. So all right, so I've got some cleaner down here, and I got a little rag. Just gonna give it a little once over. Mostly they're just dusty. I don't think there's any actual filth to these guys. So all right, we'll just give them a little wipe. And I got a little no longer useful toothbrush down there if we need it, but I think this is gonna work just fine with probably just the rag. Once again, it's just some dust from sitting. So all right, here we go. So all right, you all want to hang around, because we're gonna see all this stuff run. We are gonna see all this stuff run. So yeah, very cool. This will be the first time that you guys have seen some of this stuff run. It'll be the first time I've seen some of this stuff run. So I'm excited, guys. I am really, really excited. That's right, this is coming pretty clean. It's coming pretty nice. So on these plastic shells, I like to use just some WD-40. And you're probably thinking, oh my goodness, why are you doing that? That's gonna make it oily. Well, the WD-40 does not stick around very long. It cleans. It is a solvent. It's not actually an oil, and I've said that over and over and over. And yeah, I mean, it will be a little slippery for a moment, but when it dries, and it doesn't take long to dry, it does evaporate. This will be nice, and it'll be clean, and anything that would have been on there will come off. And as a bonus, it doesn't take off any of the lettering or any of that. I've used this successfully on pretty much everything. Now, of course, you know, a little disclaimer on that: if you have something that's, you know, new, obviously, you know, you wouldn't want to put a cleanser, like, you know, a solvent, I guess that's the word, like WD-40 on your new stuff, because, well, A, you should need it, and B, just, you know, it might do some stuff that maybe this old stuff doesn't do. So all right, and you know, I guess an additional disclaimer is these stickers are not the paper type that some of these sets come with. So all right, very cool. That's right, there's our slant back tender. Got him all cleaned up. Look how nice that looks. Wow, that's very cool. So all right, then we got our tank car here, and hopefully the lighting in this room is good. Once again, I'm not at home, so we're kind of doing the best that we can with the cameras and the lighting, and yeah, it's not perfect, do excuse us. Promise we will at some point be better. So all right, very cool. So there's the tank car. That looks pretty sharp. nice. All right. And then of course the Micro Machines car that I thought was a barrel car. That's kind of embarrassing. That's kind of embarrassing, guys. But in my defense, it kind of looks like the barrel car does, but this is so much cooler than the barrel car. So Micro Machines, wow, that is something I have not heard of or thought of in many, many years. That's from my childhood, guys. That is solidly from my childhood. So all right, very cool, very nice. Now I say it's from my childhood. I had kind of an extended childhood because of my love for toys. You know, it may not have been exactly like, 5 or 6, but it was a part of my childhood. It was part of my growing up. Very nice. All right, there we go with that one. And once again, there's supposed to be one of those little canister things there that you see sometimes in the gondolas. We'll have to get one of those. So, all right, you may notice that none of the color or anything's coming off on my rag. That's because, once again, this WD-40 just works really nice on these, not taking off any lettering, not taking off any color, just cleaning. All right, very cool. And once again, it will evaporate pretty much in short order. It's all right, very cool. So there is that set. So all right, who wants to see this guy run? Now I want to see this guy run. Now once again, this is a DC locomotive. Let me get this little second camera turned on here so we can see him. And yeah, then got my little remote here, and I guess we'll run him this way maybe. Now the inside track, I believe, is the DC track. The other one is still AC. All right, very cool. So we'll run this guy this way. That'll look pretty good, I think. All right. Uh-oh. Well, if I can contain my excitement and get this on the track. All right, so kind of fighting with this guy. I think it's just a matter of being too excited. Oh, well, that and the the tab slot was not in the tab slot for the tender. All right, let's give this guy a little run, and then we'll put the cards behind him. What do you say? Oh, I guess I got to turn on the camera. Otherwise, you guys won't see much. All right, there we go. Let's try it. Very cool. So one of the cool things about these DC locomotives is they run super, super smooth. Very nice. Look how nice that looks. Wow. So all right, so let's get this pulled around. We'll get these train cars behind here, and then we'll get them put up there on the shelf, and we'll continue on. Now he does have a light. Now somebody made the comment yesterday about the Crayola locomotives needing lights, possibly LEDs. Now they do have lights, they're just not very bright, but they do have headlights. That is one of the very few options that it came with. No sounds, no, nothing like that. It was a child's toy, but we certainly had fun with it. Big child here, I guess. So all right, so let's get this on here. So I'm trying to do this in a way that we see it, but also in a way that's a little bit quick, because we have quite a few things to go through here. So all right, so why don't I check and make sure that we're seeing this camera okay. I am the world's worst about making things really complicated and then it not working anyway. So all right, let's see. Let's see what this sees. So all right, I'm gonna make it go. Then I'm just gonna step back here and I'm gonna look at the camera. And hopefully that looks really cool, so you'll excuse me for, yes, that actually looks really nice. So I'm gonna change the perspective just a little bit here. All right, yes, nice, very nice. So all right, when the video comes out, you'll see why I did that. Anyway, all right, so let me stop this camera. Otherwise we'll have too many clips together that really should be separate. All right, here we go. So all right, so that's one of the DC locomotives that we could not run with the AC transformer. It just will not work. Now you can modify them to where they will work with a rectifier and some other things. And I've seen that done on some other channels. I've never actually done that. So all right, so let's put this over here in a new home. So all right, we actually need this slant back tender for something else I'm going to show here in a second, I think. So all right, here we go. Let's see. So we got this guy here, and we'll just put him. Gosh, which I don't know. We'll put them beside the Crayola. How about that? That's kind of cool. It's all right. And then we'll put the whole set kind of together. I kind of like to keep things together if I can, because, ow, sometimes I do things in a way that I don't remember what goes together, especially if I'm feeling inspired and want to make a cool looking consist. And yeah, then I was like, oh, what one was what? So all right, here we go. So that looks really cool. I think that'll work really well there. So all right, and then we got the funky color caboose here. So all right, I'm sure that somebody probably likes that caboose. Might not be me, but somebody. All right, so let's see. So we still have the humpback caboose. All right, so one of the other DC locomotives here is this one right here. And this is a Rock Island set. And I can tell you, just because I looked here in a moment, so I don't believe this set actually came with a tender. Now what it did come with was this little funny caboose, and he does have a couple of, so I guess we won't probably see him run tonight. But this was part of that set, and yep. And then it came with this little flat car. Now the little flat car had some little stakes and so forth here, but I believe this is all that came with this set. I don't believe it came with a tender. So yeah, that's what the actual set would look like. And if you notice, they kind of match color-wise. All right. So anyway, let's get these cleaned up. Then we'll show them running around the track, all but the caboose, I guess. The caboose, short of figuring out a way to put a coupler on him real quick. Not happening tonight, probably. So all right, here we go. Do this guy a little cleaning, a little dusting off. So I might show the back of this guy just to show you guys what we're cleaning off here. We're not, you know, it's not filth, it's not dirt. Now some of the things that we get are quite dirty, and this isn't exactly dirty. So let me stop when I get to a point here, and I'll show you what we are cleaning off. So all right, this is what we're cleaning off, and if I can get my camera to work, and I hope that's showing that. So yeah, it's really dusty. So this stuff has been somewhere. Now on the eBay listing, it said this stuff worked last 4 years ago. So I guess it's probably maybe 4 years of sitting around worth of dust. So I'm always curious what the rest of the story is, but you know, sometimes maybe you don't want to know. So all right, this is very cool. So this guy is, you know, obviously red, and it's very cool. You don't see very many red locomotives. So all right, there is one of these sets on eBay for sale right now. It's not terribly expensive if that is something that you guys find tickles your fancy. And once again, though, it is a DC locomotive, so you'll need a DC transformer to run it. So all right, so there's that. And then last but not least, give this little caboose a once over. Now interestingly, this caboose, and I don't think it's ever actually probably been totally together, because the little smokestack was still taped to the bottom, like, you know, like it would have come out of the box. So perhaps this guy never had any track time at all. Actually, the bottom of the locomotive kind of indicates that as well. So all right, so I'm going to put all this stuff on the track just to show it on the track, if that makes any sense. Then I'll take off the caboose, and yeah, we'll just run these little guys here, other than the caboose, unless I spread a brain in the next like few minutes. So all right, so that's wait a minute, I wonder if this will, no, almost. I thought maybe the coupler would go in that little notch, but no, it doesn't. All right, so let's see, what do we got here? Let's see, is this still on? This is still on. So all right, so just gonna kind of push it with my hands for a second, just to show you guys that that's that. And then here's the caboose. Caboose is actually quite sharp. It's small. It's not your typical Lionel caboose. But all right, so since it doesn't have a coupler, I'll just set it up there, and we'll try to find a coupler for that. That's not a normal type coupler. Anyway, all right, so let's get this guy going. Very cool. Once again, the DC locomotives are just really smooth, and they tend to be a little quieter than the AC. Very cool. All right, so is that working on my camera? Are we getting it? Because if we're not getting it well, you know, there's not a lot of point in doing this now, is there? So, all right, very cool. And I think that is as slow as he runs. I might give it a little bit of an experiment here to see if I think that's about it. So, all right, very cool. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think he sped up when I tried to slow down. All right, so let's put this guy over here, and we'll put him down here by the other DC locomotive. And yeah, that's very cool. And we'll have to find the coupler for his caboose. I did not actually think that this was the caboose that would have gone with that, but you know, eBay is a good thing to see. You know, sometimes what comes together, and clearly that came together. So I'm gonna put this guy over here, maybe. What do you think? Kind of like that. Space-wise, I kind of like that. All right. So, all right, what else do we have over here? What else can I show you? So, all right. So, I'm going to clean this guy up, but we won't be able to see him running because he doesn't work, actually. This is actually not an electric locomotive. This is a Marx wind-up. This is not anything actually all that terribly old. They made these up until, well, pretty much until the time they stopped making anything. And so, you know, when you think of wind-up trains, you think of, you know, old, nostalgia, whatever. And of course they are nostalgia, but this one isn't all that old. It's, you know, obviously the template ones would be the older iterations. And even those, they made those up until almost the very end of the Marx offerings. So, all right, so I got this guy cleaned up. Now the spring on this guy is no good. He's busted, so he's not going anywhere. This will at best be a track-sided traction. Now what I might do is I might put him on the track here and just get a little picture of him over here. And wow, that really doesn't like the 3-rail because of the spring popped and it's hanging out pretty good. So all right, let's see. There's a. Oh, I'm already doing something here. So all right, there's a button here I can press to take a picture. All right, so there's that. So all right, so this guy can go over here pretty much anywhere, and so I don't believe he will see much action at all, unless of course we figure out how to replace that spring. But yeah, I don't know. That's probably not happening. So all right, I'm trying to get this on here. The spring is really messing with us. All right, that looks like a good place for that. And then when we get the other Crayola caboose, you can go beside that one. I like that really well. So all right, let's see what else we have here. So I believe, so all right, so this is a Lionel 246. And interestingly, it says DC only, but it is not actually DC only. I'm not sure why somebody thought that, or maybe they just thought it worked better on DC. I don't know. But either way, we're going to clean it up. I'll show it running. We'll put some of these cars behind it. We'll probably use it with the longer caboose, maybe. That seems like a pretty cool idea. So, all right. Very cool. So let's see, what did we actually wind up getting in that lot? We wound up getting what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 locomotives, 2 of which are DC, and 1 of which is wind-up and not functional. But either way, I think we did pretty well on that lot. I'm not unhappy at all. So, right, some of this is not coming off real easy. This has been sitting somewhere. So, this particular iteration of Lionel is not one of my favorites. It's got the, I'll try to show it here. It's got the switch on top here that is directional, I guess. And yeah, I don't know. That's never appealed to me for whatever reason. But anyway, all right, let's get this on the track. Like I said, it will run on AC, and we'll just get that on the track, and we'll put the longer tender behind it, we have yet to clean the longer tender, so that kind of works out. That kind of works out. So all right, this is the tender that if you saw the unboxing, you will know is identical to the first tender that I got as a child for Christmas, my first set, and it was green. Now this one's black, but it had this kind of this, well, I don't know what it sounds like. It's supposed to sound like steam, I guess. And my father was not at all, not at all enamored with that sound. And yeah, it got my whole operation relegated out to the garage pretty quickly. So, all right, you know, but you know, the joke is on him or the situation, because I liked it out there. I liked my trains out there. Had more room. It was really cool. So yeah. So all right, here we go. So we got the locomotive on here. Now we have the tender. See if we can get this guy hooked up. Now I don't know that I've actually run those two together. They may not go together, but we'll see. So all right, here we go. All right, can you hear the hear the whatever that is, the steam sound? All right. So let's get some cars behind this guy and give us an excuse to clean some things and do some things. So all right, I can already tell you that we are gonna run out of space before we run out of train cars. That's just what's gonna happen. So all right, let's continue on with the cleaning. So okay, what would we like to run behind that guy? I didn't notice if it had a traction tire or not. So we can't run a whole bunch of things behind him. I'm imagining that he does not have a traction tire, but you know, I could be wrong. So all right, so this is kind of one of those stake type flatbeds with the structure on either end. I don't know what you call these. I said I was going to find out, and I didn't find out. So there you go. All right. At some point we'll probably find out. So all right, here we go. I'm gonna get this cleaned up. So once again, we're just getting some dust and grime off of here. Nothing too serious. Not like some of the tin litho and some of the other things that we've got where, wow, we're just really removing just years and years worth of literal grime. That's right, I think that's pretty good. Looks pretty good. So all right, let's get behind this guy. And yeah, it's pretty good, I think. Might could have got it a little bit cleaner, but I think it's okay. So all right, we're gonna need a caboose, so we might as well get a caboose. And we might as well make it this two-tone one that I'm not really sure it's supposed to be two-tone, but it is. So all right, I think maybe that might be something that somebody did. I like it either way, but yeah, I think that's probably something that somebody did. So all right, so we're just getting this cleaned up. And that's really all we're going to do with that. All right, and get the front step and the back step dusted off. These are quite dusty. Once again, the seller said that these had sat for 4 years. Now what I'm noticing is that the wheels all turn real well. We're not having to lubricate anything or even service much at all, so they weren't in a damp location, which is always a plus. Always a plus. So all right, I think that's about it for that. So all right, so now we have a caboose. All right, let's see what else. What else do we want to pull behind this guy? So all right, so I'm gonna do some math here real quick. Figure out how many cars we need to pull to make this work out. Although, you know, we could just guess and go with that. But we got 1, 2, 3, 4 locomotives, and we had 52 cars, but that included the crayons. So I don't know, 4 or 5. That's not. I know that's not mathematically correct, but I don't think that it's really going to pull much more than that. So all right. So maybe the crane. So I really like this crane. I really like this crane a lot, actually. So I've never seen this particular crane. It's not the really well, when I think of the crane, the really kind of the 1950s, the big thing that probably a lot of you guys had. One of my friends growing up had that crane. I think it was his father's, but I always was very envious of that crane. But this is probably from the 70s, I would guess. But I don't know that. But just based on the build of the car, that's probably about right. It's all right. Just once again, kind of getting the dust and stuff off here. We got some nooks and crannies on this guy that's going to be a little difficult, a little challenging to get to. All right, so I've got my hook in my rag here somehow. I hope that's not like a fishing hook. I don't think it is. Why would it be that? It's acting like a fishing hook. You know, I believe that's a fishing hook. What? Oh, no, it's not. Okay. Okay, I was like, somebody's really sinister. All right, so let's get this, I'm trying to get this under here. Just kind of an initial cleanup. All right, so that looks pretty cool. It's all right. This may be all this guy's gonna pull. Let's give him a little power and let's see what he acts like, see what he does. And that'll probably give us an idea. It's not missed a spot there, I see. All right, oh dear, well. So I didn't notice that, but this coupler is missing a piece. Well now, all right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn him around, and then I have another caboose over here that's got two couplers, a coupler on each end, and we'll just do them like that. How about that? So we'll have to get a part for that coupler. Wow. Actually, I think I have those at home. I think I bought some of those, and they're not difficult to put on. So, all right. If you do this model train stuff, watch it all, you wind up with all kinds of interesting little tidbits of stuff that probably nobody else in the whole world would ever know what it even is. And yeah, that's just kind of how it goes. All right, trying to get the dust out here. So for you guys that do this kind of thing, how many boxes, how many little totes, how many little organizer of those plastic organizer bin things do you have of these type parts? Because I have a bunch. I have more than probably anybody needs really. So all right, so that looks pretty good. So all right, let's try this with just these for right now, and we'll see how this works. See how it feels about it. All right, let's try it. That's this one. All right, that's pretty cool. Very cool. Now let's get the little camera going here so I can show it. It's off, of course. All right, here we go. Very cool. So we'll have to get the coupler for that crane. It looks a little funny going backwards, doesn't it? All right. Now let's get this guy pulled around and we'll figure out where we're going to put this stuff over here on the shelf. Now, as the sun is going down, I'm noticing that the train table over here isn't quite as light as I would like it to be. So I hope that we can see it. Kind of looks okay in the smaller camera, I think. So we'll see. Hopefully. It wouldn't be the first time I've had to redo a total video over something like that. That's never all that fun, frankly. So, all right, making videos is fun. Remaking videos, not so much. So, all right, I look like I may have room for one more here on the end. Maybe this caboose. What do you think? I think it looks like a limited space deal over here. Oh, that worked out well. Yes. All right, very cool. Very good. Sorry, I think we're going to have to start in on the other shelf now. I'm pretty sure we're not going to have room for all this. I really don't think we're going to have room for all this. That's a good problem to have. I mean, right? I mean, that's a good problem to have. You know, have too many train cars for your shelf. That's actually a pretty awesome problem to have. So, all right. What else we got? Anything? Oh, whoa, hello. Okay. Oh, and we already did this one caboose, but we haven't seen it run yet. So, all right. So, all right, moving right along. So, what do I want to show you guys next? I want to show you guys this other little bitty switcher. And this guy, interestingly, is not DC, even though he's kind of the same size as that little Rock Island. So that's interesting. This is the traditional later style AC Lionel drive motor. Now, how they got it fit in here, that was a chore right there. That was a design chore. So, all right, very cool. Here it comes, yay! All right, that looks really neat. I like that. I like this little guy a lot, actually. So, yeah, very cool. So, all right, so I'm going to run him with the slant back tender and figure out what we're going to put behind him. So, all right, so what do you imagine that little guy will pull? Now, I imagine he'll pull all these little freight cars, all these little flat cars is what I meant to say. So, all right, let's try this. Well, this stuff is really dusty. When I was unboxing this stuff, it kind of tickled my throat. It was so dusty. So, yeah, probably have the same thing going on here in a minute. So, all right, there's one. There's two. And once again, we're not having to mess with the wheels on any of these guys. These have been stored somewhere where it was nice and dry, probably air conditioned. Every once in a while you get stuff that's just, oh my goodness. So yeah, these little plastic cars will stand that okay, but man, the trucks and the wheels sometimes, wow, they really get messed up. It's all right. Let's see here. So I was gonna see, and maybe we'll just stop for a second here and see right now what this flat car is. This may be the same thing that we have at home. That's red, where you have the crane that does the piggyback cars. But let's see. I do have my tablet here somewhere. Let's just figure out what this guy is right quick. Like, what do you think? I like knowing things. How about you guys? So, all right, here we go. Let's see. Let's see what we see. All right. Go to the internet of all things, and then we'll just put in Lionel 9120. Lionel 9120. Good. All right. So yes, this is actually the same thing that we have at home. This is how to explain that without it being here. So there's a little crane that it has the piggyback cars that would go behind semis, and there's two that will go on here. But anyway, that's what this is. Maybe I'll show a picture or a part of that video, or I don't know, something here, because otherwise you guys would be like, huh? All right, so yeah, that's what that is. I kind of thought that's what that might be, but since I didn't have the other half of it here, I wasn't really sure. Some of these things kind of tend to look like the other, but they're not. But that is indeed what that is. Now this one is green. The one we have at home, or the two we have at home, are red. All right, very cool. The two we have at home came with a train lot we bought. I guess it was off eBay. It almost had to have been off eBay. And I didn't know what it was for quite some time, and then we figured it out. One of you guys told me what it was, and I went and checked it out, and sure enough, that's what it was. All right, so we're gonna run all these flat type cars, and then we'll see what else we can do behind this guy. This guy's kind of small, but I think I do remember seeing a traction tire, so he probably can pull more than it would appear he probably can pull. So all right. Well, you can sure tell these are those MPC era cars that they kind of wobble. They kind of wobble. I
kind of enjoy that in a strange way. So all right, this guy is not exactly correct on the coupler there. All right, here we go. So let's see first how he feels about this. Then we'll see if we can add some more or not. So all right, let's try it. Oh, that's wrong transformer.
All right, guys, that guy is a puller. That guy is just surprisingly, wow. All right, so we got, once again, this funky caboose that we're already cleaned up, and maybe we'll put him on the end so he can finally go over there on the shelf and be home. What else do we have over here that we could pull with him? So we got some of these smaller gondolas. That might work. Yeah, and this is definitely a lightweight MPC car. It's got the plastic black grommets that hold on the trucks. I think this is one of those things that you either really like or you just don't like at all. And I'm just kind of on the fence. They're not my favorite, but they work okay. This one actually doesn't even have operating couplers, I don't believe. So that's just how inexpensive that one is. It's all right. Maybe a red one. So interestingly, this is a Rail Blazer car, and I saw on eBay that somebody was selling this as part of a set with the Rock Island Red DC locomotive, but I don't think that this ever came with that. Now, I could be wrong, but I don't think so. Correct me. Correct me if I am wrong, because it's nice to know what goes together. So, all right, this is actually a pretty long train. It's actually a pretty long train. So, all right, let's see how we do here. We'll get that little camera going. We'll move on to the next thing. What do you think? Oh, well, I think that this caboose has some sort of issue with the coupler. Well, that's interesting. Wow. I've never seen that before. This caboose may not work, guys. My goodness. There, I think I got it. And I have a feeling a new coupler is probably in his immediate future. So, all right, let's try this. Let's go. Wow. Can you believe that? That is really awesome. So, all right, let's get this little camera going, and we'll move on to the next thing. All right, here we go. Now, fortunately, the light is different with this little camera, so it seems to be working pretty well. All right. So I might see if I can slow him down a little bit, maybe, because that may not show real well. Oops, not that much. That's as slow as it's going to go. All right, but I think that's going to work. Very cool. All right. So we'll just turn that guy off. All right, so let's get all this stuff off the track, and then we'll get to the next batch. The stuff's cleaning up really, really nice, guys. So, all right, do we need the slant back tender? Well, we already put the other one up, so maybe, probably. All right, so this guy was really cool. This guy, actually, I'm going to show because it's kind of close up, because this guy actually, wow. I'm actually impressed with this guy. This is pretty cool. All right, so let's find a place for him over here now. Maybe he can go over here next to our American Flyer. So an interesting thing about these American Flyer, while I'm getting this stuff transferred over here, so these train cars, two of them, they light up. The observation car and one of the others. And I didn't know that when I got it. So that's actually cool, because that set is from 1927.
So wow, American Flyer really had some pretty cool stuff in O gauge. I mean, not that they didn't in S gauge, but it's just hard to imagine it being that early and just having that kind of a cool wow factor to it. Imagine it was $1 or $2 though. I've never actually seen or read anything about what American Flyer pricing was like, but imagine it was pretty high, pretty much on the high end. So I'm trying to get this on here. This is not not being real cooperative here. So I'm wondering, well, I'll figure it out as we go, but I was wondering if maybe we ought to put those flat cars on the back. I'm wondering if they would behave going the other direction. Maybe we'll try it. So let's get these gondolas on here first, and we'll try it, because they're kind of going on here in a strange way. Yeah, I think that was going to work. It's actually going to work pretty well, I think. So let's see. Yeah, that works. My goodness. All right, well, that was a good idea. All right. Yeah, kind of like that. All right, look at all the space we just made. Now, we're still not going to have, I don't think, enough room on this one shelf for everything over there, but we might. Well, the other one went on there pretty well, but this one's not behaving as well. So, all right, I'm going to put these two couplers together, save a little space, and do that, or I could turn them in. Either way, I just don't really want them to be together if I can help it. All right, that looks okay. So, all right, then we got the caboose here, which actually could probably go there even. Wow. There we go. One of the advantages of a short little locomotive. All right, so we got everything off the track. Yay. All right, so yeah, I don't think we're gonna have enough room over there on the shelf, but we're gonna try either way. So, all right, what do we want to do next? So, all right, I think I would like to do this guy right here. This guy has got a red stripe, and I've seen this one for sale quite often, and kind of never really, I don't know, seemed like the price was always kind of low, and nobody really seemed all that interested in it. Now that doesn't really mean anything, but yeah. So, all right, so this is interesting. Now I know, because we've already played with this quite a bit, this is not DC, this is AC. It's got a wire hanging out here that I guess would go to some sort of function on a tender. Maybe it's that, what was that line I did? The sound of steam, the sound of power, I don't know what it was, but they had a little thing where the tender was powered and did something. Don't guess I've ever had one of those, but that's probably what that is. Now we don't have that, so we can't demonstrate that, but I think that's probably what that was. So, all right, so that guy cleaned up really nice, and once again, we're going to use him with the slant back tender, because I already put the bigger one up. Now I do believe it would have run with the bigger one, whether it wired up or not. But let's see. Let's run him with some tank cars. What do you say? I like tank cars. So, all right. Very cool. So we're kind of making short work of this. I'll try to, when I put together the video, I'll try to shorten it every chance I get, because sometimes these get pretty long, and some people are really into that, other people, well, not. And I can kind of relate to that. Sometimes you get into a video, and it gets to a point where you're just like, well, this is cool, but let's see what else is out there, right? So, all right, so there's a tank car, and these tank cars are an older iteration. They are not the MPC era. They've got the metal frames on the bottom, the metal trucks, and yeah, very cool. I really like tank cars. I know I say that all the time, but I really like tank cars. Very cool. And then we'll get our shell tank car cleaned up here. And this guy is really, he looks filthy. We'll see how we do on cleaning him up, because I think it's just dust, but just somehow it just really stuck to this guy pretty bad.
All right, the dust is starting to get to me, guys. The dust is starting to get to me. So all right, that actually may require this little brush I got down here to get into these little places. Let's try that real quick. And this is once again just a used up toothbrush. This isn't anything special. Sometimes the simplest things are the best things. So yeah, that's cleaning up really nice. Sorry, I'm just trying to get the dust off here, and we got some areas on this guy that I couldn't get to really with the rag. It's all right. Very cool. Just wipe them off. We'll call it a day on that guy. So all right, none of the graphics came off. Nothing happened. Just nice and clean and fresh. Very cool. Very nice. So this guy here is the later iteration. It's got the plastic frame and probably, yeah, plastic wheels. So all right, let's try it. So on these big, or I guess not big is the word, these heavier cars, you want to put them towards the front of your train, because if you put them behind the lighter cars, what will happen sometimes is you'll hit the corner, and the weight of the lighter car will not be sufficient to keep it on the track with those heavier ones pulling behind it. So yeah. All right. Let's see. I know one thing, those tank cars look really, really good together. It's all right. So if I didn't say it, I know I started to say it. This guy has a smoke unit. He puffs smoke. He actually does it pretty well. I don't have any smoke fluid here, but it was working pretty well the other night. So I imagine he'll probably put on a little bit of a show for us. All right. The only caboose I have left is the yellow one, and maybe we'll run those together and see how it goes. And if we think we can add some more, we'll add some more. So the goal was to show all this stuff running tonight. Now I don't know how we're gonna do on that goal, but we're gonna try. We are gonna try. Woo, that's dusty. My goodness. So all right, I'm gonna have a little bit of an issue getting my rag in here. All right. The other one, the whole assembly popped out for me for a second, like Lionel likes to do on those ladder assemblies. You may recall on the chassis system caboose that we bought at the swap meet for like $3, that the end rotted off of it. So this one's nice and sturdy. So that's interesting. It just makes you wonder if it's, I guess, a victim of climate or circumstance or what. That's right, let's see how this goes. All right, that seems okay. All right, that's doing well enough that I'm gonna add a few more cars here. All right, let's see, what else can we add? Maybe we can add some, maybe box cars, what do you think? Yeah. So I'm not sure what to do when I run out of room on that shelf. I guess I could put them on the floor. I don't like really putting things on the floor. Beside the shelf, maybe. Could go get another shelf. That seems like a pretty logical option, doesn't it? So, all right, this is kind of a lighter car. Put it here towards the end. So I'm thinking maybe the blue Airx box car, and then maybe we'll call that it for that. So, all right, we are doing well here, guys. We're doing real well. So, all right, successfully dedusting. Dedusting? Dusting. Dedusting, man, some of the words I come up with, guys. All right. Dedusting. Wow.
Probably every English teacher this side of the Mississippi just cringed. Dedusting. Wow. All right, here we go.
Let's see. Let's get this going,
And then we'll see how it goes. So, all right, that feels pretty good, actually.
All right, let me get this little camera going. Very cool. That red stripe really does look pretty sharp. I like that a lot. So all right guys, let's let's see what we can do about getting it over here on the shelf.
All right.
So a little yellow caboose can probably go
Maybe behind here. If these cars are small enough. Maybe. Nope. That's not gonna work. Okay. So yeah, we are going to run out of room just in a matter of seconds here. So we're going to figure out something else to do. I like to keep my stuff organized if I can. Sometimes it doesn't work out that way. So right, this guy here, don't know. It's just not going to work there. We're going to have to find something short to go there. It may be another caboose.
Well, I was going to say maybe that caboose down there, but that that goes with the. Well, no, it doesn't. Oh, well, or does it? Gosh, I'm getting confused. Oh no, the ugly. I'm sorry.
The less pretty caboose goes with that other set, doesn't it? All right. I don't really want to call it ugly.
That's not nice. So all right,
We got our tank cars.
and we are about to run out of room.
We are officially out of room. We are not going to put much more on here, I'm afraid. So, all right, what to do with the ones that don't fit? I guess for right this second, we'll put them on the floor. I don't really want them on the floor, but I guess that's just what's going to happen for right this second. All right, I think there's enough room in here for this guy now. Very cool. That looks so cool. Wow.
Very neat. That looks wow. So all right, actually we do have room for yet another something over here. Gosh, do I want to put the locomotive in the tender? That seems probably like a good idea. What do you think?
I'll move the wind up one, which
Oh, I was going to put the other Crayola caboose there, wasn't I? Well, I don't have that yet. I don't have that yet. It's all right. Sorry, we still need the slant back tender for the last locomotive. So, all right. Put this locomotive here.
will it fit there? Yes. Will. Looks nice. Very cool. All right, so that works.
And then the last tank car, I guess it could go on the back.
I think it could go on the back. That works. That works pretty well, actually. Yeah.
All right, so our shelf is pretty much full now. We do have maybe a little room if we move the American Flyer
Up a little bit here, maybe. Perhaps. Maybe. Let's try it. Let's try it. Is that enough room or no? Just don't know. Let's see. So, alright.
There may or may not be room for something else back there. So it's got to be something kind of short and narrow. So, all right, we did get two marks template, the smaller type cars in that lot, and maybe that can just stashed way back there. Now I don't have a way to run this, I don't believe. No, we don't. So we'll just put this back here and we'll have to see it run another day. And in any case, that's a good place for that. Yes, I like that. I like that a lot. So, all right, these guys aren't exactly straight. Oops. It's all right. Yeah, that actually worked out real well. Very cool. All right, yeah, I like that. Like that a lot. So, all right, so what do we got left over here? We have a locomotive, and of course the tender, then another Marks template tender, the smaller type. We might could find a place for that on the shelf. Let's see. Let's see. I'm not seeing a spot just right offhand. Now there's a little spot right back here behind the unique art. That'll work. All right, cool. So unique art caboose got little ruffled there. I want them to look good because that's one of my favorites. So, all right, so that looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. So, all right, what was I doing? I was counting. So we got this one last very interesting looking 8625 Lionel, and then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a bunch of gondolas and a bunch of boxcars, which we're gonna have to probably put on the floor. So, all right, that's not my favorite, but it'll be okay. It will be okay. This 8625 is a very interesting configuration. The reverse unit is back here somehow. I'm not sure what's up with that. Perhaps the shell is shorter, maybe. Because normally that would come up like here. Anyway, that didn't sound good. What did I catch? I don't know. Sounded like I caught something, but I don't see anything to catch. That's interesting. All right, so get that guy dusted off, and then we got the slant back tender. Go ahead and put that on the track, and I believe this is AC. I really do. But let's just give it a whirl and make sure. Oops, what? Left behind the tender, but yes, that's what it is. So, all right, there we go. So, all right, last but not least, we're gonna clean up these cars. Let's do the gondolas first. Just wipe them out real good. Wipe them off. Once again, we're just kind of dusting because these guys have been sitting for quite a while somewhere. So, yeah. So now that I have my shelf full, we'll kind of probably speed up a little bit here because I won't have to think about that quite as much. All right, so this is a longer gondola. You see that? That's pretty cool. Rio Grande. Is that how you say it? Is it Rio Grande or Rio Grande? I don't know. Once again, the English teachers in the audience are probably, oh my God, this dude. So, all right. Ooh, the dust is starting to get to me, guys. The dust is starting to get to me. All right, here we go. So, did not notice we had two Burlington Northern gondolas, and I did notice that one had a load and it was Burlington Northern. I did not notice that we had the other one that doesn't have the load. That's very kind of cool. Very kind of cool. My goodness. I'm going to be banned from making videos here in a minute. It's all right. Oh my goodness. Banned for lack of proper English. Of course, I would have been banned a long time ago for that, wouldn't I? So, all right. I believe that's, I was going to say that's all the gondolas, but it's not. Not even close. I didn't pay attention to if that guy that we have on the track has a traction tower or not. I guess we're going to find out. Because if he doesn't, it's not going to go very far. So, all right, let's put the coal load back in the Burlington Northern.
so far I've been really impressed with that little bitty, the little steam engine switcher. That guy just pulled. I mean, just like pulled his little heart out. That's crazy. So let's see. Let's see. Now we got that little weird. Well, I don't guess it's weird. Just strange to me. There you go. Different. Haven't ever seen it. Let's figure out a better way to describe it. That I asked you guys what it was, and I still don't know what this guy is. I mean, it's obviously some sort of specialized gondola of some sort, I think. It doesn't have any numbers on it or anything, so we can't look it up very easily. Now it does have some dust here in a way that can't quite get to it. But can you see the inside where it's got the little cradle there, like it's supposed to hold something maybe? So yeah, I don't know what this is. You guys will have to tell me, and I know you know, so tell me. All right, so there's that one. So, all right, let's get it down. And it's actually quite heavy. I just noticed that it's heavier than the Burlington Northern here with the load in it even. Of course, the load's just plastic, but you know what I'm saying, right? So, all right, I think this will be all the gondolas, and then we'll just have one hopper that's operational, one that's not, and yeah, very cool. Oh, and some boxcars, I guess. All right, here we go, and I guess we'll show them running behind the same locomotive. Now this locomotive may not pull all this. This actually turned out to be quite a bit, didn't it? So we'll see, because that doesn't really impress me as it's kind of a high dollar locomotive. All right, well, if I can get the coupler to close, it would be nice. It must have an issue. It does have an issue. Oh no. The other one has a screw in it. All right, well maybe we'll just run this guy without a caboose for right this second. So all right, we got 2 couplers so far they're gonna need, or 3 couplers so far. They're gonna need some attention. The one on the little 4-wheel rock island, this one, and then on our crane car. So all right, let's try this. Let's see. Is it gonna go, or is it just gonna spin? No, it looks like it's gonna go.
All right, well, mostly. It's not liking it, but it's doing it.
All right.
I'm kind of impressed. All right, let's get this a little. Come on.
We're almost there,
guys. I didn't turn it off since the last one, so I really want a separate video though, so all right. All right. And once again, I may slow it down just a little. All right, yay! All right, so we ran out of shelf, so we don't have any more shelf to put it on. Put that off. So, all right, I'm not sure what to do with all this.
Once again, that's a good problem to have. It really is.
All right, I'm just gonna put this stuff
On the floor next to the shelf for right this moment, I think. Maybe it goes this way. A better use of space, maybe. And we got the bigger ones. They can go on the back, which means I'll have to move up a little bit. All right. The inner workings of the mind of Greg. Uh-oh. See, that's why I didn't really want them on the floor. But once again, we don't have big puppies here, so probably be okay. Abby doesn't chew things up like that anymore. She used to. So all right, we have to maybe start here on the other side, maybe. All right. I have to come over here and take a picture because I don't think that camera is going to show this exactly. So all right, here's one of the longer gondolas that somehow didn't make it with these others. So, all right. Very cool. Not having enough space for your trains. That is kind of actually a cool problem to have. All right, so we left the train on the track for these last few that we have. So, all right, we'll put this on the track. Looks really cool. A really bright Lehigh Valley, bright red Lehigh Valley. I guess that's how you say that, right? Hopper. Now we did get this other hopper, but it is broken. And it's broken in a way that I don't know. It can't be fixed, but we can clean it either way. So all right, let me try to show this kind of up close and I'll show you guys what I mean. So yeah, it's broken here, so I don't know. We might can fix it if we get really inventive, but yeah. It definitely had something happen to him. So all right, so that guy will not be running. And I'm thinking we can probably put him on the floor. Ooh, that didn't sound good. On the back there. So all right, nothing happened. It just sounded like it did. Sounded kind of hollow, didn't it? So all right, then we got these box cars. This Pennsylvania Railroad box car is quite nice. Like this one a lot. And it's not as dusty as the others either, which is interesting. Makes you wonder if they're in different places perhaps. Because some of this stuff is just so incredibly dusty. All right, so there's that. And when I get this little camera going, you guys can probably see it a little closer up. All right, whew, we are almost done, guys. I'm getting tired. I'm really getting tired. So, all right, we got these Hershey box cars. Now, maybe this should have been 2 videos. I don't know. I really wanted to get this done, though, and I wanted to get these off this table and cleaned up and over there on that shelf, which we were semi-successful with, I guess. So, all right, one of the Hershey's chocolate cars. And you get the other one. All right. How cool is that? So they look a lot better clean, I'm just here to tell you. The Hershey's chocolate cars did not look too good dirty. They really did. They looked a little, ugh. That's right, that looks pretty cool. Definitely nicer. All right. And then last but not least, I'm so glad. We've got this guy. This is a chassis system, I believe. It is, yes, boxcar. This is blue. This is really sharp. I like this a lot. Now this guy is one of the dirtier ones though. Here's the last one, right? But clean it up pretty easily, I think. So it's just right there, which is interesting. Ooh-wee. Oh, and on the ends. The ends were something else. All right, there we go. Uh-oh. Didn't quite get it there. Well, now. Okay, here we go. That looks so much better. So much nicer. All right, very cool. So this rag I'm using is just a plain old microfiber type rag that you would get at Walmart or whatever for auto detailing or whatever else you want to use it for, train car detailing. So yeah. All right, that's it. We are finally done. So I'm gonna put this guy behind the Pennsylvania Railroad because I don't know if those Hershey's cars have enough weight to pull this guy. All right, here we go.
We are too close to the end to have problems. So, all right, here we go. Very cool. Once again, let's get the little camera going. It's always just long enough that it times out. All right, how cool is that? My goodness. All right. All right, guys, well, we did it. The table is now totally devoid of train cars. Wow. I was beginning to wonder if we were actually going to get that done or not. But yeah, let's get these guys off the track now. And let's put them over there. Then I'm going to take a picture of what we did and how they are. You guys can tell me how I did. All right, here he comes. Here he comes. All right, so we'll stop this other video. All right, guys, so this was everything that was on that table, plus everything we already had here. My goodness, we have quite a nice collection here already. So, all right, so I was not able to fit everything on the shelf, but I'm not all that disappointed. We'll have to just get another shelf. So, all right, guys, until next time, GTS Railways out.